If you cook your stew just like this, I promise you, you would get 100% guaranteed deliciousness and you would never go back to making your stew any other way. So to make it, you're going to place your sliced tomato, tatashe, onion, ginger, garlic, your dry thyme, your bay leaf, and you drizzle some oil onto it, and then you place it into your oven. And here I'm using my Buchi Mix air fryer oven. I roasted it for about 25 minutes before bringing it out. Once it was a little bit cool, I blended it. Now into a pot, you add some oil, fry some onion, then you pour the blended pepper mix into it. Add your seasoning cubes, salt, curry powder, oregano and bay leaf, and some nutmeg. If you don't have oregano, you can use dry thyme. I cooked it for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then I poured in my meat into it. I added some stock. I started to combine, then cover it to cook. And guys, you can see how this looks. It looks so beautiful and it tastes amazing. Please like and follow for more recipes just like this. Bye. Every time I want to impress someone with my pepper soup making skills, this is how I have always made it. But I've never shared this recipe online because this is not the traditional way of making it. So I went to collect courage from my village people. So I'm showing you guys today. Into my pot, I poured in my goat's meat, my onion, whole tatashe, whole tomato, my pepper, ginger, garlic, and this yellow pepper with my leftover spring onion from my fried rice. And I added my pepper soup spice, I added seasoning cube and some salt into it. I stirred it nicely to combine, and then I'll cover this and allow it to cook for about 15 minutes in its own juice. Once that was cooked, I removed my vegetable that had not melted into my jar, and then I blended this with my Buchi Mix blender until it was smooth. I added some water into it, added Cameroon pepper and more pepper soup spice into it, covered it and allowed it to cook until it was done. Then I finished it with my scent leaf. And guys, this is the best pepper soup you ever make if you try this recipe. So would you try this? Let me show you how to make the kind of ogbono that will get the attention of all your neighbors because of the aroma, and of course it's going to taste so good. So into a pot, pour in your meat, some salt, seasoning powder, blended yellow pepper, stir it nicely to combine. Then you cover this to cook in its own juice. Before going ahead to add your crayfish powder, your fish powder, stockfish, and any kind of dry fish you're using. Then you add some water into it, cover it to cook thoroughly. And while that is cooking, now you go ahead to blend your ogbono. And here I'm using my Buchi Mix blender to blend it. I poured in my ogbono, crayfish, uziza seed, and Cameroon pepper, and I'll blend it until it's very smooth before pouring it into a pot. I added some palm oil into it. I'm just trying to melt it. Now once it's nicely melted, at this time the meat was cooked, I poured it into it, and I'll just stir this to combine. And after a few minutes of cooking, my ogbono is ready. You can add any leaf of your choice, but I just want to leave mine without leaves because I'm freezing it. So would you try this method? If there's someone you like to impress with your ayamashi sauce, this is how you should cook it. Onto your baking tray, pour in your green bell pepper and this long chili pepper, unripe pepper, and some spring onion. Now drizzle some bleached palm oil onto it and add some salt. Bake this for about 20 to 30 minutes, then transfer it into your food processor. And guys, for my food processor, of course, I'm using the Buchi Mix food processor. Once it was nicely blended just like this, now I'll just pour some bleached palm oil into my pan, add my onion and locust beans. Fry this for about 2 minutes, then transfer the pepper mix, salt, and seasoning cube with some kpomo into it. Now I'll just stir this and allow it cook for about 10 minutes before pouring in my crayfish. Then I'll add my boiled egg, some smoked fish I found in my freezer, and I'll just stir this nicely to combine. Cover it to cook for about 10 minutes again before I went in with my grilled meat and my meat stock. Now I'll cover this again and allow this to cook for about 15 minutes, and my ayamashi sauce is ready. So would you be trying this out? Let me know in the comment section. Bye. Here's one of my favorite soup to make, and my mom calls this obeg bise. Simply means a soup that puts you in debt. So let's cook it together. Into a pot, I poured in my meat, my stockfish, dry fish. I'm using calabar fish and pala fish, pomo, pepper mix. And guys, this is one of my favorite thing about the soup. This periwinkle is Sam. There's a way when you suck it, it just do. Ah, goodness, that's my favorite thing about the soup. So I added my seasoning cube, salt. I cooked it until the water is almost dried up before I added crayfish, palm oil, and my water leaf. And I'll cover this and allow it to just cook for a few minutes before adding in my pumpkin leaf, ugu leaf, and I'll stir it together. Guys, this soup is my favorite. Do you guys like vegetable soup? In fact, what swallow goes best with it? Let me know in the comment section. Bye.